Hey, it's Keith. I hear y'all playing the single.
Yeah, yeah. I just got through playing that, and I love that song. Actually, it's going on my website.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you dig it.
Oh, I do. Now, I was talking about you a little earlier. I was introducing you and everything. Um, Now, we of course we all know you from Dreamgirls and all of that, but hey, we're going to know you a little bit more from tomorrow. Are you excited about the James Brown biopic coming out? Get on up.
I'm excited for the people to see it. I think it's a really well done movie. I think Chadwick, who plays James Brown, did such a great job, and I'm just really proud and happy to be a part of the process. It's always good to have a great movie on your resume. So I'm very proud
Right.
of this one. As awesome.
Now, it was they did have something in Augustus last week, the premiere
Yes.
or the screening. Now, how was that for you? Was that exciting?
That was exciting because I went to high school in Augusta, so
Right.
that came full circle for me, and I got a chance to take my parents to the premiere and do the red carpet with me, which they've never done. And just for the city of Augusta, it's probably one of the biggest things that's ever happened to the city. So to be directly
Right.
involved with it was really cool.
Now, yeah, that is cool to have that the city and everything come out, and so you said that the movie was done really well, and I was talking about other kind of movies earlier, like Ali, which I didn't think did too well, and but La Bamba, which I thought was one of the most excellent movies done about a real person and everything. Um, so you think people will be really excited about this particular one?
You know what? I think they will. I'm not just saying that because I'm involved with it, but I think
Mhm.
it's not shot like it's not shot like your normal biopic to where it goes
Okay.
chronologically. So it kind of tells the story in a very unique way. I won't give it away, but Taylor, the director, had a real unique vision of how he wanted the story to be told. Because when you tell a story about a guy like James Brown who's done so much, who's meant so much, and people see him from so many different POVs, it can make it
Right.
tough to kind of pull together one through line in a story. But he did a great job. I mean, the music is incredible. He's going to be dancing. Everybody in the film is really talented, and like I say, Chadwick really embodied the spirit of James Brown more than anything. That's what he really wanted to attempt to do, and I think he successfully did that. So I think it's a great film. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of everybody involved.
Oh, okay. Okay, Keith. Now, are you have the your phone up to your ear?
No, I have it on. Can you not hear me?
There you go. That's better.
Oh, so you didn't hear none of that
No,
commentary
I
I
did
just gave.
hear it. I did hear it. I did
Okay,
hear it. But some of our
okay.
listeners chimed in and said, "Oh, we can't hear him very well." I was like, "Uh-oh."
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, now you've done a lot of things behind the scenes. You do a lot of songwriting. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do with the movies that you are with? You write songs for them and that kind of stuff. So you're just more than just an actor and singer.
Yeah, I do. I actually have a scoring company called Theme Song that I've just kind of I started the last couple of years. But throughout my career, various projects that I've been involved in and some that I've not haven't, I've always contributed or tried to contribute music to them. I.e., Fat Albert, a show I did called Over There, and Kevin Hill with Tay Diggs, the shows back in the day, and I actually did a song with the Wu-Tang Clan with Old Dirt McGirt and RZA for the Blade 3 soundtrack, the Wesley Snipes series.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I did a Dysfunctional Friends is a movie. I did all the music for that movie. There's a list. There's Divorce Invitation. So I try to marry the two whenever I get a chance. So I definitely do a lot of things behind the scenes musically because I feel like, as a songwriter and an actor, I kind of have a really unique POV of or take on whatever the piece is I'm working on.
Now tell me about your company theme song and scoring. Tell me about scoring because is it a little different than just putting music behind a movie, or um, is scoring an actual movie? is that more about like the instrumental and really getting into the emotion and feeling of the movie, or is it all really the same?
It's all of the above. I mean, a lot of the scoring is, sometimes I will either if I'm an R&B singer, so if the film calls for things out of my genre, then we have a lot of musicians who work under us, our company, that we kind of delegate, certain pieces out to. We might translate some of my R&B songs into another genre, rock genre. We have people from the Philharmonic Orchestra come in. The scoring a lot of times is, when you hear an intense scene, you hear the organs and the strings come up in the scene, you kind of capture those feelings through the music. So it's really fun because you can kind of sit there and kind of almost be a part of telling the story without speaking. You're speaking through the instrument. So it's something I really love, and it's kind of a really different take on movie making for me. So I fell in love with it.
Now when I watch movies, and you're absolutely right. The music makes the movie sometimes because it can really give us the behind, the emotion that we may not can see, but we can feel, and that's what music is all about. I was watching this one movie, and I won't name it, but they had played a song many times in the movie, but they kept playing the same song over and over again, which it was a nice song, but I was like, why couldn't they do it, just do a little bit of the instrumental or different parts of it and slow it up, speed it up? So I thought, ugh, bad scoring on that. And I won't mention the movie, but it was very famous. But
Really?
yeah. And anyway, but it was a good movie and everything. But yeah, I do pay attention to that kind of a thing, so I always find that interesting. So when you're doing your scoring, when you are asked to help out with a movie like that, are you the one who would pick the songs, or is it really the director or the writer who picks them?
It really depends on the project, and but it's always a collective effort. They'll have temp music in, which is the music they have in before they turn it into the people who are doing the score, to kind of give you an idea of what they want to hear there. And sometimes they can't get clearance on it, so they want a song that sounds like that or puts you in the same state of mind as their song. So it's really a collective effort. But myself and my partner, Step One, is a great producer who's my partner in the company. We basically the more control for us, of course, the better. So a lot of times, if they give us the keys, and we'll kind of give our own take musically of how we think a scene should go or be dictated music-wise, and we go from there.
Okay. Now, where do you see your career going? Are you wanting to head more into acting and just stay with that, or singing, or which one do you really want to do the most?
I don't have I want to do both. I think one feeds the other. I tell people all the time, like, every scene has a certain rhythm to it, and every song has an element of drama. So I hope I never have to choose. I mean, one infuses the other. Like the song "Famous" and the rest of the EP, "Love Episodic," was inspired by the James Brown movie, the making of the movie. I wrote the whole thing in a hotel in Mississippi as we were shooting. So I think for me, one feeds the other. So I hope I never have to choose.
Now, how is it different being an actor and the process of that, and then, going into the studio and doing your LP and writing songs? How is that different in the different types of world and the people that you have to interact with? Is the business different as well?
The business is a little different. I mean, the music business is as you know, very scattered and not so black and white, to say the least. I think the key when it comes to performing a song and performing a scene is a scene, you want to look like you're not performing. You want to look like you're living, and the camera just happens to be in the room and catches you living. So it seems real.
Okay.
And then when you're performing a song, you want to be performing the song. I.e. James Brown would go down on a knee and put the cape over his back. So you want to perform the song. So they kind of work opposite of each other when it comes to performing.
Okay. Now, Easy Rider, who is in the in the chat room here. He says that the music in older movies are much better than the music that we have nowadays. I think maybe that's true because I think what we do now is try to put a lot of current songs that are out, and and we're trying to sell the the soundtrack and so we have a lot of whoever's current doing the music. Do you feel that way, or do you think that that's not really the case?
I think in a lot of cases it is the case, but some not. But I mean, I think soundtracks back in the days of the 90s, 80s, or even the 70s, when you had soundtracks like The Wiz, New Jack City, and
right,
Above
right.
the Rim, Waiting to Exhale. It was you anticipated picking Purple Rain. You anticipated picking up the soundtrack almost more than seeing the movie. I think that kind of nostalgia is gone, and I think a lot of times now we're in I call it the great dumb down, where it's kind of fast food art, and a lot of times where they just we'll just shove somebody in there because they're relevant, they're on top of the charts, or it's kind of they don't pay as much attention to it because record buyers are kind of extinct now because everything is so viral. People don't really buy music anywhere. I think it kind of trickles down in every other aspect of entertainment. Soundtracks being one of them. I mean, Dreamgirls was a great soundtrack that sold a lot because the music was well done, but it was already there for like 25 years. So
True.
Those unique cases where it's a musical, it works. But overall, I think he does have a point.
Okay, and one more thing that Easy Rider has said in the chat room, he said that he had a question. He says, do record companies fight with each other? And I'm assuming he means, do they fight to get their stuff on to different movies?
I'm sure they do. I mean, I'm not really that. I'm not upstairs with those record execs. I choose to be downstairs with creative people. But I'm sure if there's an opportunity that's up for grabs where money can be made and they have the choice, then yeah, I'm sure that it's competitive at every level. But a lot of times with the movie companies, they already delegate what company is going to be handling the music, so the competition is just within the company. It's not per this company as opposed to this other company. If the soundtrack comes out, it's going to come out on one label under one company.
So I see a lot of independent movies coming out these days, and is that really, people need to kind of look for good movies that are out, like a lot of the movies that especially some of the black or movies that are coming out, you don't see them on the big screen, but you have to kind of look for them in your video or Netflix or something like that. Unfortunately, is that really like the wave of what's going on right now when you're looking for work?
The wave. Repeat that question. Said, is that the wave to look for independent movies?
Yeah, I mean, for more actors, I see a lot of, especially black actors and other actors, just being in more independent, straight-to-video type of movies. Is that kind of like the wave of what's going on in Hollywood these days?
Well, I guess so. I mean, it's not by choice. We'd all love to be in big-budget movies, but those things are far and few between, and even more so for black actors because Hollywood doesn't make as many big-budget movies anymore. And a lot of big-time movie stars have trickled down to TV because of it. So if you're lucky enough to find a great independent piece where you're able to, continue to practice your craft and make a little money, then yeah. So it's kind of a thing where you have to chase the material. If the material's good, you can't always be hung up on the money and the stage that it's on because movies like James Brown, I mean these big African American films, they come around. They have like one or two big ones a year, and account that to the thousands of black actors out here. It's kind of feast or famine.
Yeah, you still got to work, but no, you can still find some really good work. But unfortunately, a lot of it doesn't make it to the big screen. It's almost like a formula nowadays of the movies that are out there.
It is.
But I do want to talk about your new single and your new album that's coming out. Now, has that already come out, and where can we find it?
Well, the new single comes out on Tuesday, August the 5th. It's called Famous, and you'll be able to find it everywhere on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. You'll be able to download it everywhere internationally virally. It'll also be available on my free music app called Utopia, which you can download on your iPhone and your Galaxy Android. has like 11 songs and videos.
Okay.
Kind of my way of keeping in touch with the fans. So that single will be out Tuesday. The EP will be out later this year. We're still finishing up, so I don't have an exact date, but I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. The second single after Famous is called Love Somebody, and that'll be out maybe a month and a half or two. We're gonna let this first one bubble. So
okay.
It's a good thing. It's an independent move. So the great thing about being independent is you kind of get to call your own shot. So
exactly. I know a little bit about that.
That's right.
Well, so thank you so much, Keith, for coming on. I'm going to tell you what, guys, I'm going to play Famous one more time at the end of the show because I love that song. And actually, like I said, I loved it when I first heard it. And, you know, I usually don't because I love music and I love all kinds of music, so it takes me a minute sometimes to get into the vibe. But I love smooth. It's like smooth. It has a beat behind it. I love that.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. You're free to play it.
Thank you. All right. It's going to be on my site, too, because, you know, when you go to thecrystalshow.com, it has like a little player where it has lots of music on there. So I'm going to put that on my first, and you can hear it when you go to the site. So that's cool. And I am going to put his link and everything on there because they're asking about the links. And I know you have your Twitter page, which is at Keith Sings. And your Facebook page is Keith Robinson Media, correct?
It's Keith Robinson Sings.
Oh, okay. We got to make sure we have the right link.
See, the Instagram and the Twitter is Keith Sings. The Facebook is Keith Robinson Sings. I just threw the last name in the Facebook, but Keith Sings. If you pull that up, everything comes up.
Oh, okay, all right. And remember, guys, that you can find more information about Keith on the website, and definitely after the show, it will be aired everywhere I am and everywhere he is. So thanks so much, Keith, for coming on. I really appreciate it, and make
Thanks
sure
for having
that
me. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, and come back and let us know what else is going on, and
I will definitely do that.
We'll definitely look for you tomorrow at the premiere of the show. Get on up. So thank you so much, Keith.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.
Just 'cause you say tears, it's not like I'm crying, pretty baby. I don't mind. Nerves are on this night till midnight. I wanna be baby. It's all been done. But I need you, baby. I wanna be baby. Loving you. And how could you blame us? The love is true. I don't need stories, movie songs, everything that I do is famous for loving you. Alright, can I talk to him for a minute? I'm on a mission for me and you. Use all my ambition to see it through. See, I'm out here hustling, Lord, got my mind full of call. It's all for loving you. Hey, I wake up early, loving you. Hey, I get my hands dirty, loving you. It's all so good, I wanna be famous, famous, just for loving you. They see the clouds and the falls and they see me on TV, think that I made it. But they didn't see the 9 to 5 on the grind, on the dream, on the baby. But you've been down for it all, win or the draw. It don't matter if I'm ever famous, if I can't have you. You, I wanna be famous for loving you. That's all that matters. I wanna be famous for loving you. I can be a star.